Fabulous people, welcome to the channel for all the babes who create their own life trends. My name is Anastasia, and today we are going to talk about shocking things about living in Italy that I've experienced after moving to Italy. I'm not going to talk about those typical things that everyone knows about by now, like drinking cappuccino past 12 p.m. Instead, I'm going to share with you some things about living in Italy and Italian culture in general that most of you never heard of before. If you're enjoying this video, please remember to give it thumbs up, and I will know that you actually enjoy this kind of content, so I can turn this type of videos into series about Italian culture shocks, because fabulous, I have so many stories to share with you. And of course, if you're new to my channel and my vibe and the vibe of this channel resonates with you, please consider subscribing. All right, let's begin. Before we begin, I'm going to give you a very quick disclaimer about who I am if you're new to my channel. I am an American who moved to Rome, Italy many years ago, and the reason why I moved here is because I am truly in love with this country and of course with Rome. And the reason for this video is by no means to make fun of an Italian culture or to criticize it in any way. The only reason for this video is to share with the rest of the world some things that I, as an American, found shocking, and those are some of the things that I'm still, to this day, getting used to. All right, fabulous people, the first thing is the lines. The lines in Italy are a thing. Anywhere you go in Italy, be it a grocery store, pharmacy, doctor's appointment, post office, you will encounter lines everywhere. I'm talking about those solid lines that will take you sometimes a few hours. No joke. It's actually funny because just a few days ago, I was talking to my friend from LA and she said, "Oh, Anastasia, I have to go to DMV today." And I told her, "Rebecca, living in Italy and going somewhere, it's like going to DMV every single day." Even at the grocery stores, be prepared to stand in line for good 15, 20, sometimes even 30 minutes, because most grocery stores in Italy will have only one, at most 2-3 cashiers, and it doesn't matter how long the line gets. Sometimes you will be standing in line, especially after work, and every single person will be standing in the same line, and the line gets so long that sometimes you find yourself standing in the middle of an aisle, and then someone is trying to squeeze through to grab some pasta or meat or ravioli or whatever. So you're trying to move your grocery cart and yourself to the side to give those people enough space to shop, but there is nowhere to go because you guys know that grocery stores in Italy, they're so tiny and compact, and then there is this huge line ahead of you, so it just turns into such a mess. And yes, to this day, as an American in Italy, this is something that I'm still trying to get used to. Another thing about life in Italy that I found very unexpected, and that more has to do with Rome, but it's a constant dealing with trash. Throughout the day, you will find yourself in situations where, in one way or another, you will be reminded about trash. For example, if you live in the historic center of Rome, every single day, around 6:30 in the morning, you will be woken up by a trash truck that comes to every single building and picks up all the trash from the nearby restaurants. And imagine all those wine bottles and just bottles in general being thrown inside that metal truck. Imagine that noise of hundreds of bottles being thrown against that metal. It is better than any alarm on your iPhone or Android, trust me, that thing will wake you up like nothing else. Another thing about trash in the historic center of Rome is that it is kept in most buildings on the ground floor of that building. So if your trash is not getting picked up for a few days, which is quite common, especially around August when everyone is on vacation, the smell of that trash, it goes up to every single floor. And even inside your apartment, you smell that trash like it is inside your apartment. So you have to keep your windows open the entire day to combat that smell. And then another funny thing about trash, guys, that I just had to laugh when I moved to my apartment in Piazza del Popolo is that for people to pick up your trash, they need to get inside that building. So around 6:30 in the morning, they start ringing Intercom to see which one of the apartments is going to open the door for them. So in case those wine bottles didn't wake you up, trust me, Intercom will. And it was very funny because when I moved into my apartment in Piazza del Popolo, I saw that the wires for my intercom were cut. So I contacted the owner of the apartment and I said, well, this is not possible. The lines to my intercom are cut. And he said, are you sure you want them back fixed? And I said, yes, because I get packages delivered. Friends are coming to visit me. Of course, I want my intercom. Guys, ever since it got fixed, I regretted it. So this is just something in Italy and in Rome in particular that you have to live with. But the funniest thing, guys, is that if no one opens the door that day for people to pick up the trash of the building, they just hang a huge trash bag on the entrance door. So every single person who is entering the door, they know that they were here and they tried to reach you, and now your trash is your problem. Another thing that I found so interesting about living in Italy is that Italians love to talk on the phone. And for some reason, they love to talk on the phone outside. They literally leave their offices, shops, buildings, and they go outside and they just walk around or stand still and they just talk and talk and talk. And I can't tell you how many times, because I keep my windows open, I've heard so many personal things, so many fights, so many things that I wish I never heard. Something that in the States you will never become witness to. But in Italy, for some reason, it is just part of your daily life. And finally, things inside the apartments that you will never expect. For example, during this month, I'm staying in Campo de Fiori, which is one of the oldest neighborhoods in Rome. And trust me, the things that you find here, you will not find anywhere else in the world. As a matter of fact, some of the things that I found in this place were so unique, so interesting, so unusual that I did a TikTok and asked Italians for help to help me identify what those things are for. And by the way, if you're not following me yet on TikTok, guys, please join the community, become friends with me there as well, because in addition to travel, fashion, and fitness, I'm showing you so much of my daily life in Rome, Italy, and I know you guys will really enjoy those videos. And just to give you guys some of the examples of the things in this apartment that I found somewhat shocking is that in the bathroom, I have windows that when you open them, they are opening up to other apartments. So people can walk out of their apartments and see inside my bathroom. So I cannot tell you how many times after taking a shower, I would leave those windows open to kind of get rid of all that humidity, because there are no fans in the bathrooms. Of course, obviously, we're in Campo de Fiori, and forget to close them and see my neighbor staring inside my apartment, my bathroom, and here I am in a towel trying to close that window, guys. Okay. And then another thing is that in Campo de Fiori, all the buildings are so old that they do not have an elevator. So I'm currently staying on the 3rd floor, and as soon as you enter, you have to take the steps, of course, all the way to your floor. And those steps are huge. They're not tiny steps, they're huge. So imagine carrying all the groceries all the way up to the 3rd floor without an elevator, which is fine. I know some of you guys will say that I'm spoiled, and that is fine. I'm used to it. But guys, there are also no lights inside the building. So at night, when you're coming back home at night, you're literally turning on the flashlight on your phone, trying to see the steps, and then you're trying to feel the walls, and you're just walking up step by step until you finally get to your apartment. And then on top of it all, you have neighbors that do some crazy stuff. Like my neighbor from upstairs, who hang the tube from his air conditioning all the way to my window. So that tube is just hanging over there in front of my window, sprinkling water on the heads of the people who pass by the building. All right, fabulous people. Thank you so much for watching my experience of living in Italy as an American. I truly hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't done so, please remember to press that like button and of course to subscribe. And I promise to make more of this kind of videos for you if you like them, because I personally love creating them for you. I find them extremely entertaining and interesting, and I love sharing my life in Italy as an expat with you. And all right, guys, I'll see you all in the next video, right? The biggest kiss from Rome, Italy.